representatives for my fund action here in Malawi. We have come at this place. This is Bawanali village at the main Masjid, where we were invited to come and listen to the concerns of Muslim brothers and sisters, the Muslim community of this village, inshallah. So, after hearing to their complaints and requests, we have established that, alhamdulillah, they have a masjid here, mashallah, alhamdulillah, good size. But the problem is the iron sheets are torn out. So when it is rainy season, the masjid leaks heavily and the Muslims cannot sit inside. And when it comes to outside, it just needs to be finished, like you plaster it out and then put some paint so that it should last long. I had an opportunity to go around the masjid, and I found that this is one of the old masjid on this place. And another big challenge is that they don't have any source of water anywhere. I also went around the village. I could not see any kind of source of water, no borehole, no well, no anything. So the Muslims here asked for renovation of the masjid as well as provision of a borehole which they will be using as a source of safe water. This is the entrance of the Muslim women who come to pray at this masjid. So we can see here, it is odd. It is odd. But all in all, the most important thing they need, in as far as the masjid is concerned, is renovation. We ask the well-wishers and the donors to help them renovate the masjid, put new iron sheets and some paint. In addition to that, they request that they be provided with safe water which they can be drinking so as to preserve their health, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum.
Panzikiti patu vano pali mavuto ochulukirapo. Mavuto yamba njigo lilibe. Komanso msikiti wathu ndi osalongosoka. Ndiponso ana madrasa amangokhala alibenso mwali modalira. Nyumba ya sheheso lilibe.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Basi pano tindi mavuto ngati mzikiti wathu ndi osatha kumene timapempha thandizo loti mutimalizire. Komanso tili ndi mavuto amadzi ngati njigo tilibe, timamwa kuzithapi umodzi ndi zifuyo. Komanso ana madrasa kutika tilibe.
Like praying salah, doing the sunnah and eating halal food. We ask Allah to give us iman every day and every time. We ask Allah to give us iman every day and every time. Ramadan.
After we were told of the water challenges that the Muslims of Bawanali village in Dedza face, we as representatives of my fund action had to follow them. Fortunately enough, we found out that there was a function at the village. So many people gathered, so a lot of women flocked in search of water. We had to follow them to see where they are going to fetch that water. So as you can see there, that is where the women are heading, as far as beyond the farms, down there below the mountains, that is where they said they fetch their water. So we will be patient enough to follow them and find that place and see what kind of water they fetch, inshallah. So when we reach there, we continue, inshallah. So, like I said, we were patient enough to walk a very long distance to follow the people, Muslim sisters of this community, Bawanali village, to where they fetch water. Here we are, we have arrived. It is Pite, that is to say this is the place where they fetch the water. It is like a spring. This is a rock, so water comes from beneath this rock like a spring, and this spring is intermittent. When they fetch like one bucket or two, the water finishes and they have to sit for 2 to 3 hours waiting for the water to come up again, so they continue. I think it is a spring also, so they built this structure to hold the water together so that fetching should be easy, but that is also not helping. As you can see, there is water there. After 2 hours of waiting, they managed to get this water. When they fill this bracket, probably that water will finish and they have to wait for another 2 to 3 hours for the water to come up again. And if you can see, the women are just seated. Reportedly, some of them have been sitting here for 5 hours, 6 hours, waiting for the water to come. So it is only human that the Muslims of Bawanali village be assisted with a borehole as a reliable source of water for domestic purposes and also for use at the Masjid, inshallah. As representatives of My Fund Action here in Malawi, Dedza, we request for the donors to assist the Muslims of Bawanali village in Dedza with a borehole, inshallah. And Allah will reward whosoever donates water, because it is Sadaqah al-Jariyah, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum.
Let's not stop doing the good deeds after Ramadan, like praying Salah, doing the Sunnah, and eating halal food. We ask Allah to give us iman every day and every time. We ask Allah to give us iman every day